Okay, just trying to find the live one. Here we are. Here we go. Now I can see it. Okay. Hello and welcome, my lovelies. Let me just drop in the normal blurb into the chat. I hope you're all well. And I hope you're all doing good. So I'm going to be here for a couple of hours for anybody who needs me. It is paid readings only session, but do feel free to check out other bits on my channel that will help you if you're unable to get a reading today. Excuse me. I haven't been on here for a little while because I've had a really bad cold. Could have been COVID, don't know. Didn't do a test, but so I will be a little bit coughy. Still coughing. Hello, Wendy Ann. How are you, my lovely? Thank you. It's one of those coughs now that when you breathe in to say something or have a cup of tea or something, you just want to cough. But I have got my cup of tea. Just had to refresh that then because it was lagging. As I said, for those of you that have joined in, I do apologise. I have got getting over a cold, so I've still got a bad cough. That is very irritating, I know. Thank you, KP. just the lingering cough that you get after a cold. You know, when you breathe in and it hits the back of your throat. But last week I spent most of the week in bed. Excuse me. Wendy Ann, my lovely. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm going to go with this deck. So Wendy Ann, my lovely, this is yours. Okay. Spirit, any guidance for Wendy Ann regarding her work situation? You can, KP, you can just get an energy check on you, okay? Because the last few readings I've done for anybody who is on the manifesting journey, if you like, it's not, Spirit haven't been giving me necessarily what they are thinking or feeling, okay? Because that's still you seeing them as separate from you. So if you just want to know your own part in what's going on within you and Spirit's advice for you, then that's fine. But if you're wanting to know what he thinks and feels, don't waste your money, okay? Because you should be knowing what he's thinking and feeling. You should be in communication with your desired version and not seeing him as the 3D version still separate from you, okay? Or 3D circumstances. Hello, Vinka, my lovely. Okay. Okay, Jess. Okay, a little bit, okay. Okay, so we've got the fear card twice here. Okay, so we started off with the family card and the victory and success card. So I don't know whether they're saying it's a family owned business or a family run business, or whether there's been a shift in your family situation and there's a victory for you and it's just letting me know that. Or whether you're thinking you don't want to work, you want to be at home. Okay, so take those two cards, whatever resonates there. Even though I was asking about work. Now, excuse me, for the rest of it, it's saying again the fear card, 2 fear cards. Okay, so, and judgment card. So what, obviously when you took the job, it was a job you wanted, but what story have you been in? Remember, your conscious awareness is the only real reality. So Spirit is saying here, yes, it was something that you were wanting to do or hoped you would enjoy. You attracted it to you, but now you're shutting yourself out in the cold. Okay, with your emotions all over the place and other people, you know, showing up rocky in your environments. And Spirit is reminding you, you're the magic wand. Your happiness is in your hands. What are you saying about the job in your head? Okay, what don't you like about it? Remember, the 3D is where we're unbothered by 3D. We either love it, or if something pops up, we change it with what we do want to be seeing. Okay, if you really don't, if you've gone into the job and you're like, no, this is not what I wanted at all. This isn't the job for me, the work itself, then leave that job. Okay, Spirit is saying, the leaving card, you can leave it, or you just close the door on the old stories. Only take forward the stories that are in alignment with the teachings that you've been taught. Okay, so again, this is showing me you're reacting to the 3D circumstances. So either somebody said something, or something's been done, or you've just got this fear of something running there that has had to reflect back to you that this isn't working out. Okay, so again, if it is something here, so Spirit is saying, you know, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about in that job? If there's nothing you're passionate about, like I've had jobs where I've got a job and I'm like, this is just not for me. Okay, I don't want to work in a shoe shop when I want to work in an office. Okay, I just took the job because it was a job. Okay, but when I'm actually doing it, it's nothing I'm passionate about. It's not what I want to do. So why am I here? Okay, so Spirit is saying to you, excuse me, let me finish the reading, then I can summarize it. Okay, so sit there. What are you wanting? What are you expecting? Okay, out there is just a copy, the byproduct of what you're doing within you. The way the wheel turns is up to you. What you're doing within, what seeds you're sowing to invest that you're going to reap the harvest of. Okay, so you can have your favorable outcome. You always are. You always can, because you're in control. Okay, you're on the path that takes you to where you want to go. So it's been full on. It's far more complex than I thought. Okay, because you feel that it's too much responsibility, or you don't have the knowledge. Okay, if that's the case, then look for some other work. if you find that it's not your bag. Okay, we're not here to suffer, remember. Your consciousness is the only reality. And if you're keeping yourself in a reality you don't want, then bail out of it. Okay? So it comes down to you. Spirit will never tell you what to do. Out of all the hundreds of readings I have done over 30 odd years, there have only been on one hand where a person has been in danger and spirit has told them get out of that relationship or get away from that person. Okay, the rest is, it is your choice. Remember, a reading is for guidance. So you can either start telling yourself, I know everything about this job. I know the ins and outs of this job. Okay, remember, it's the story that you're telling has to get reflected back. So if you're, it's so full on, it's more complex than I thought, then what are you going to keep seeing? It's so full on, it's so complex, I'm drowning here, I'm out of my depth. Okay, so to alleviate it for the moment, okay, you can either call it a day, you could say that's it, I'm not going back in, or hand your notice in or whatever, or you can just sort of be looking for something else and just keep telling yourself this job is easy. Okay, this job is easy. Of course, I am more than qualified to do this job. It's so relaxed. It's so steady paced. Okay, because according to your assumption and your expectations, whatever you're putting out there is what you're going to see back. Okay, remember, there is nothing out there. It's just a reflection. The copy, the photocopy. If you go to a photocopy copier machine and you're putting in this card and take a copy, I'm not expecting to see the copy looking like that. It's got to look the same. And your outside world is the byproduct, the copy of what you are telling yourself within. Okay, so you can either say to yourself, okay, physically, either financially, if I leave this job, then I'm going to be up shit creek without a paddle, or yes, I can leave this job and I've got money to live off at the moment until I find something else. Or let me just change the story. What am I fearing about this? That I'm not good enough? No, I'm more than qualified. Okay, I manifested this job, so I got to change the narrative about it. Okay, so again, the choice is yours. You either leave the job or you leave the old story that you're telling yourself about it. Okay, it's slow paced. It is, I'm in full control of this job. Okay, you never know what's going to happen, how it's going to show up in your 3D to show that it's suddenly slow paced. Okay, or whatever. You might have people suddenly taking the workload off you or whatever, or things calm down. Okay, remember, it's always the story you're telling yourself. Your conscious awareness in every moment is the real reality, not the 3D. That's the copy. Okay, so don't get hypnotized back by the 3D, sucked back into the 3D. You are always in full control, because your thoughts in this moment, every moment, is going to be where the wheel is turning next. Okay, so shift your story within. So again, what are you fearing about it? That you're not good enough, you can't handle it. What people are going to notice that you're out of your depth. People don't seem to be supporting you, and you feel like you're just thrown in at the deep end. Whatever you're fearing, okay, Spirit is saying you're just keeping yourself out in the cold. You're in a timeline that's not serving you. Okay, attract to you what you want. You've got the magic wand without judgment. Remember, you can't judge the photocopier. The photocopier did its job. It copied what it was given to copy. Okay, stop judging yourself. Stop judging the situation. You can change the situation. Okay, you're riding around with your magic wand. You are the operant power. You make the rules. You have everything you want already within you. It's not out there until it feels natural and normal within you. Okay, so stop reacting to the 3D. Stop rocking all over the place in your emotions. Focus on, you know, leave the old story behind. Think about what you're passionate about with this job. See yourself as in full control. Okay, remember the teachings. Okay, and remember that it's your path. You're choosing the story all the time as to where your path is taking you. Okay, so again, you do what you want to do, but remember, you can change it. The minute you change it within, you have stepped into that timeline where you've got it. Just because it looks the same, you don't know what's along that path on that timeline. But by sticking to that version within, remember, it's never about what you want, it's who you're identifying as, who you believe you are and what you believe you have. Well, I'm Wendy Ann, who is more than capable enough of doing this job. Okay, I am fully supported by all members of staff. This job is easy for me. It's slow paced. It's a walk in the park. Okay. And what you believe you have. An amazing job with amazing pay, supportive staff, etc. Okay. So look at what story you've been saying about it and change the story. And again, remember, Spirit is reminding you here that there's nothing to fear. It's your conscious reality. There's nobody else can say no to you or anything to you unless you're allowing it. Okay, anything that comes up, you either love it or you revise it. Okay, revising it means you're putting the new story in place. So if you're like, oh, this is so hard, this is so difficult, I'm not getting this is not going, you revise it or replace it with the new story. No, I'm not choosing that. I'm choosing this, where it's slow paced. Okay, because you're the operant power. There is only you in your reality. Everybody else is just showing up as a version of your beliefs, assumptions, expectations, etc. Okay? You see this little lotus flower here? This candle is not really picking up very well because of the light in it. But when I started my channel, I think a year after that, I started to have an Amazon wish list. And a couple of people sent me decks of cards that I had in there. And that was on my wish list. And I closed the wish list about a year ago. Okay, but it was a good sort of 2, maybe 3 years ago. Out shopping the other day, and I saw it there. Exactly what I wanted. In fact, it was better because there were plain crystal ones, but this one's pink, and it reminds me of the third eye chakra as well. So the third eye, because it's pink. So it still showed up. Everything will always get reflected back to you that you want at some point. But within, you have it now. Okay? Again, there's nothing to fear. Okay, there's nothing to fear out there. It's just the copy. The effect of what has been caused within to be reflected out there or projected out there and reflected back. Okay, so again, when something pops up that makes you feel fearful or doubtful or worrying, check within yourself as to what story or what you are reacting to. Okay, and change it within you on the spot. Okay, not denying that it's there, acknowledging it. Remember, all realities exist right now, all versions, all realities. Creation is done. So if you're feeling off within your body, if it's your body that starts it off, if you like, where you're like, oh, I feel nervous, or I'm feeling sick, or I'm feeling sad, or whatever. Okay, remember, you are human, you're going to have these human emotions, but it's your body telling you that something, your thoughts are out of alignment with your heart's desire. So then you check with your thoughts, or vice versa. It might be a thought you're having that causes the anxiety or whatever. Okay, it's always a feeling state that we are in. So you go back to checking where your thoughts are. Okay, and if it's not in alignment with what you want, you acknowledge it. Yes, okay, it's there, but that is still 1% of the 99% or the 100% that I'm focusing on. I don't have to choose to focus on that. I'm choosing this. Okay, I don't have to keep beating myself up and going back to an unwanted version or an unwanted circumstances. I can let it be, and instead I can just put the new story instead that I do want to be seeing. But everything has to be done within. You're not waiting for anything. The minute you have said to yourself, I have my specific person, or I have the money I want, or I have this, you've shifted realities. Okay, who you say you are is as soon as you shift, but then you fall out of it again because you're then looking at 3D and you're going back to the old story. Okay, so look at where this started to shift for you and what thoughts or feelings you were having about it, and then change the story. Okay. Excuse me. Right, KP. You can just come back to, it's always a favorable outcome for me in all areas of my life, if it's general, or it's always a favorable outcome for me regarding my job that I am more than happy with. Okay, my life is always amazing and perfect for me to enjoy, or I say magical, abundant, and perfect for me to enjoy and experience. Okay, but then every time you start to come back into an old thought, acknowledge it. Thank you, but I'm not choosing that. I'm the operant power. Who am I? I'm the operant power. What do I have? Everything. Because you do have everything. If you can think of it, you've got it. If you wanted to go to England, then you picture yourself in London. Then you're there. Just because your body isn't physically there, quantumly, you're there. How your body physically gets there is by you focusing on the fact that you're in London, feeling like you're in London. Okay, perhaps watching videos, somebody walking along the London streets or whatever, with the volume down so that it looks like it's through your eyes walking along. Imagining yourself in a hotel room or whatever. Okay, everything is, the real reality is your conscious awareness, not the 3D. And that's why so many people are not seeing changes. Right, pile 2 for you, KP. Hello, Vinka. Sorry if I didn't say hello. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, and I've still got the cough bit. Okay. Okay, Wendy, am I lovely? No. Okay, so I don't know if you're in contact still, because I do have like news here, but this might be you just wanting that news. Um, so either you're getting dribs and drabs from him as it's on a page, or you're just still wanting that news, okay, wanting to hear from him. But Spirit is saying there's still something you're struggling with within, and your emotions being all over the place, and to fight those thoughts off. Okay, I've seen him recently. Good. Okay. I thought that something you'd either heard from him or something here. But again, Spirit is reminding him he's already yours. Okay, He's yours, but how are you seeing him within you? What version are you focused on? Are you still seeing him as separate from you, wondering what the 3D version is thinking, feeling and doing? Or are you totally within, absorbed with your desired version, who loves you, adores you, cherishes you, who supports you, encourages you, protects you, always choosing you, always prioritizing you, thinks the world of you, will do anything for you? Are you having inner conversations with that desired version, or are you still seeing him as separate? Okay, remember, it's in your hands where your relationship is. What you think, he thinks. What you feel, he feels. There is no other voice over yours in your reality. Okay, not torn between the paths, the inner and the outer world. Okay, seeing yourself married in a solid, loving, committed relationship. Not, oh, how much longer? Where is it? Why is nothing changing? Why is it hot and cold? When's it going to finally be mine? Okay, you could use this as him. He's lost without me. He feels lost without me. Okay, so this one is, I've tried to contact you so many times, okay, but I'm afraid to because of how things were left. But if you have seen him, that's fine. So again, calling in your soulmate is to affirm and visualize you being together. Okay, deciding now, not, oh, we're just friends or it's casual. Having fun within. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestations. Remember, creation is done. You're not manifesting anything. You're not creating anything. You are only choosing the story that aligns with your desired outcome as if you have it right now. You cannot serve two masters. You either have him or you don't. You cannot be within affirming, I'm his wife, we love each other, we're in a passionate, solid relationship, and then looking out there saying, well, where is it then? You either have it or you don't. Okay, it doesn't matter what 3D is, it's the copy. It's the byproduct of what you're doing within. So when it feels natural to you within, that it feels wrong that he would be separate from you, okay, it feels alien to you that, hang on a minute, why am I thinking he's separate from me when he's with me? Okay, you're not waiting, you already have it. The 3D is the byproduct, the copy. Okay, so again, Spirit reminding you here, we're not looking for it. We're not looking for the changes. We're not seeing if the affirmations are working and if that person's changed yet. Okay, you're staying within with fruitful thoughts as queen of your realm, as the operant power. You're in full control. You already have everything. You're the operant power. Everything you want is already yours. Okay, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. So you have to do everything within. Okay, I've spent practically the whole day on and off with a client, okay, who is also a friend, okay, but trying to make her see because she wanted to give up again. And I'm like, because you've gone back to being sucked in and hypnotized by the mirror. Every time it starts to feel natural, you start to then pull back because of your old fears, okay? Or you're wondering, oh, well, he's got to do it all, or that's got to happen, and this has got to happen. No, everything is done within you. Nothing can happen out there until you've done it within. When you're waiting and you're looking and you're like, well, where is it then? Or how's it going to happen? Or why hasn't he totally conformed yet? I've been doing this for ages. You are in the timeline where nothing's going to change. Okay? So again, Spirit is saying he's already yours. So the only points are, what are you struggling with still within you? Okay? What are you still seeing as separate from you. There's only one path that you're on together. There's not separate paths. He's not separate from you. Remember, time, separation, and distance are an illusion. They're what you're putting in place on a linear time. We are multi-dimensional beings, okay? You already have what you want now within. Okay, if you want to talk to him, you talk with him, to him within, to the version of him that you are wanting, who supports you, who encourages you, who loves you, adores you, is there with you. Okay, because if you're still looking out there, then you're seeing it as separate. Okay, again, clearly deciding you've either got him or you haven't. You can't say to yourself, I'm in a committed relationship or whatever, and then you're waiting for it. The 3D is the reflection of what you're doing within. So if you are sticking to this is how it is, end of, okay, and revising anything, you're unbothered by the 3D. You're not waiting for it. You're not lusting after it anymore because you know it's yours. Okay. Then when things do pop up, you just look at them. Okay, yes, that is 1% of the 100%. Remember, you are reality. You are reality. You are the operant power. People in your reality showing up are just all a reflection of the various aspects of you. Okay? And how you're seeing love or men or relationships or yourself. So stay in your power. There's nothing out there. You'll know when it's changed. You will be seeing it. You will be experiencing it. Just like with the candle holder. It was there. I nearly didn't go down that aisle in the shop. Okay? And then when I saw it, at first it didn't twig. I was like, oh, that's pretty. And then I was like, oh, well, bloody hell, I had that on my Amazon gift list like 2 or 3 years ago. I took it off, but here it is. Okay, but that's only because I've been affirming for the last 2 weeks as part of my affirming that any old desires unfulfilled are being fulfilled. So there it was, it fulfilled. Okay, so really look at if you are totally committed to the inner story and you're unbothered by 3D, you've already got it, so why would you be looking out there? Okay, or whether you're still seeing him as separate and still thinking, what's he thinking, what's he doing, when's it going to be? Because you're keeping it separate from you. You're causing more waiting. Okay, and we don't want that. Okay, you're not waiting for the 3D to catch up. You already have it within. To the point where it feels natural and normal. Okay? Jess is next. Yara, my lovely. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants to say to you, Jess. And then Yara's, excuse me, and then Pretty P. Let's have these for you. Okay. So here Spirit is saying, yes, you started to spiral down the hole again. Okay, focusing on, instead of the Two of Cups that are normally stacked up behind you, which there aren't on here, okay, or even though it's a Five of Cups, it's just showing you that your emotions were starting to drag you back down the rabbit hole, okay? But you changed it very quickly. You started to have fun within yourself, okay? And have started to focus back within, okay? Back within, in that peace within you, okay? And Spirit is reminding you here, where, I'm going to come back to this one. They're saying come back to that one. Okay, so you're the magician. What you say goes. You're the operant power. Okay, who am I? I'm the operant power. Okay, I have, what do I have? Everything. Because everything that you can think of is yours. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You're choosing what you want. Remember, all of reality already exists. All 100% of it. But we're only focused on 1% at a time, okay? It's not, it's 0.0001 and then 0.00099, okay, whatever, okay? But for easier maths, okay, what you're focused on is 1%, okay, out of 99. The other 99% is still there. So when we get an unwanted thought, then there's a version of you that's doing that, okay? When you get a desire, there's a version of you doing that. They're all trickle throughs, okay? But you choose what you want to experience going forward. You can either accept it, yes, I like that idea, or you could say, no, I'm not choosing that. I'm choosing this. Okay, you're the magician. Everything is within you. There's nothing out there. Out there is the copy, the photocopy, the byproduct of what you've been doing within. So looking for the changes in the 3D, it ain't going to happen. Stop looking out there. You stay within having fun. Okay, not closed off to your desires. You're just unbothered by the 3D because you have your desire within. You're attached to the future or the timeline that you do want to be experiencing. Remember, the future is now, right now. Everything is right now. So Spirit is saying it's your choice, always your choice as to which horse you're going to jump on. You're driving the chariot. And when the horses are trying to pull away, which one are you going to, it's normally you've got the reins in your hands. You're bringing the two back together to go in one path instead of all over the place. But he's going to jump on one of these. Okay, the positive or the negative. You already have that loving relationship within you. It's not out there. Okay, it's not in the negative here. Okay, in your negative thoughts. If you already have what you want, you would not keep looking out there for it. You've got it. It's yours. It doesn't matter when it materializes. Okay, that's why when you plant the seeds, you don't get anything come up, first of all. But the seeds are still putting down roots. There's still movement. Okay, until one day you see it. Till one day I saw it. So make those adjustments within you and hold your vision so that your new romantic cycle comes in. Being in that peace within that you already have it. You're not trying to get something. You're not trying to make the changes. You're not waiting for anything. You already have it. You live it, breathe it, and do it all within. Because if you're not doing it within and you're not staying faithful to it, you're not going to see it out there. Okay, and then you'll be having the heart-to-heart conversations with whoever it is you're wanting to be with. Okay. So with that 3 of Swords that I fell over, okay, remember what you desire is already yours. Nobody can take it away from you. Only you giving it away, or still looking at the 3D for changes, or seeing it as separate from you. Nothing is separate from you. Okay, you're not waiting for the 3D to change. That's showing you that you're still seeing it as separate from you. So where you're saying as well a little bit of I definitely feel detached and feel like I'm no longer in the waiting energy, but it's interesting. I'm no longer worried to even get a reading on SP. Getting triggered showed me, yeah, to detach and just live my life having fun and loving myself hardcore, which is fine, which they're saying, you're having fun, but where are your thoughts when you're thinking about love? Are you still Jess who's single? Or are you in a loving, committed relationship? Are you saying to yourself, I've always been completely loved, adored and cherished. I've always been spoiled and pampered. I've always been supported and protected and feel safe in any relationship or with my specific person. Okay, I'm always chosen. I'm always prioritized. Okay, everybody always thinks the world of me and does anything for me. Will do anything for me. Everyone is you pushed out. Your whole damn world is you pushed out. We all have our own personal way that we see the world. You and I could sit down at a dinner table and order exactly the same meal, and I could absolutely think it's disgusting and you could think it's amazing. yet it's the same restaurant, it's the same meal. We all see the world differently, okay? It is your world. Your 3D is only the whole of you pushed out. So when you have a desire or a thought, wanted or unwanted, there's already a version of you that is experiencing it right now in time and space, because there is only now in time and space. And if you're still looking at the mirror and the photocopier, wondering why nothing's changed, then look at what's going on within you. Because until it feels natural within you, it ain't going to show up. Okay, it might feel natural within you for a few weeks before it grows above the surface. Okay, we're not waiting for anything, we already have it. Your conscious awareness is the only real reality, moment to moment. What you're telling yourself, what you're believing in, what you're expecting. Yes, but again, you must always remind yourself, am I still seeing it as separate from me? Am I still waiting for the 3D to catch up? Am I still thinking, I know it's going to happen? Well, it's already happened. Okay, within. So of course it's going to get reflected back. Your outside is just the reflection, the copy. Okay. So staying within. There weren't many, but the only thing was watching those little negative thoughts when you spiral again. Okay. For me, I'm so aware of my thoughts that as soon as I do start to spiral, that's an indication for me that it's something out of alignment with what I'm desiring. So straight away I'm on it. I'm not repelling. I'm not going, oh, no, I can't think that. That's no. No, it is still 1% of the 100% of reality. Okay? I'm just not choosing that storyline anymore. I'm not choosing to buy into that shit anymore that I don't want to experience. Okay? I'm choosing what I want to experience. So what would I need to experience within for me to feel that it's real? Okay? Hearing somebody telling me congratulations, hearing my person telling me they love me and adore me and they're here for me right now. They're not out there. They're not separate to me. Nothing's separate from you. Okay? Whatever you want, you can go within and you've got access to it straight away. Just because you're not physically seeing it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Okay? People believe in God, but have they ever seen God? Okay? Children believe in Father Christmas and the Tooth Fairy. Have they actually seen it? No, they believe it. So just because we don't always see something that we believe in, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's still there in the quantum realm, in the metaphysical, the quantum, okay? All things exist. You can't think about something unless it doesn't exist. Unless we're buying into other people's beliefs and what they believe in, and then you're believing in that as well. And then you've brought it into your realm as well. Anyway, that's a whole different story. So, stay within, focused on you being in a loving, committed relationship. Again, you can't be doing the I'm in a loving, committed relationship and then where is it? Okay, you're either in it or you're not. Regardless of what the 3D is showing you, having that fun within, reminding yourself you're the magician. Staying within, letting those seeds grow, staying attached to the timeline, the reality, the state that you do want. Again, having fun. We're unbothered by the 3D. If anything bothers us, we revise it. Which means revising it with the new story. Okay? Not letting the devil thoughts come in, the lower vibrational thoughts that aren't in alignment with it, seeing it are what we desire as separate from us. It's not. We're not waiting for anything. If you're still waiting for it, it's still separate from you. So you're causing more waiting. You're causing more separation. Okay? So make those little adjustments. Hold your vision of what you do want, of your romance that you want, and you will be having heart-to-heart conversations. Have them within as well first. You are after Yara, Pretty P. So Yara, you're next if you're back in the chat. Okay, Yara. Okay, so I've got Yara, I've got Pretty Pete, and then I've got Cece. Okay. Spirit energy updates for Yara, please. Regarding her and SP. Okay, so first of all, we've got the devil again, which signifies lower thoughts. Okay, so look at where your thoughts are going. Again, see him only passionately as you would want him to be. He's yours. You should only be thinking about him as the version who is passionate about you. Again, loves you, adores you, cherishes you, supports you, encourages you, prioritizes you, chooses you, always shows up for you as his best version, etc. Okay, how are you seeing him? How are you thinking of him? Yes, I am fine, CC. I've had a really stinking bad cold last week, so I've just got the chesty bit left over. Thank you. Again, you know, seeing yourself in the passionate way you see yourself in the connection, not again letting your fears trap you and worry you. Okay. Again, not looking at the time. Okay, getting caught up in your emotions out there. It's been X amount of time, or how much longer is it going to take? The time, separation and distance are all an illusion. Okay, you have it right now. Again, reminding you you're the magician. Okay, there's nobody in charge of your reality except you. There's nothing outside of you. There's no power above you or over you. There's no voice over you. Nobody can deny what you are wanting. It's yours. Again, coming back to overthinking, starting to logically think this, okay, trying to problem solve, really thinking, yes, but how, when, am I doing this right? Is this, affirmation right? Is this the right thing that I visualized or whatever? Am I doing it correctly? Stop overthinking it and just be it. Remember, it's who you're identifying as. Your I am is the only reality, your consciousness, what you're consciously aware of, who you are. Okay, watching lots of videos or being in chats or whatever, okay, is putting you back into you seeing it as still separate and trying to get something. It's never about what you want. It's who you are, who you're identifying as. Everything is already yours. Creation is done. Okay, having that, going with the flow. Okay, going with the flow, having the patience within, being in the knowing and the conviction that it's already yours. You're not waiting for anything out there. You already have it. Because out there is the copy of what you're doing within. It's the byproduct, the photocopy, the reflection. Yeah, you standing there, you're the one with the key. Okay, this is, for me on this card, I know it's the feminine symbol, but it's always, she's holding the key. You are everything. You've got the key. You're not waiting for anything. Remember, the hangman can always untie his feet. He's not bound by his hands. You're causing your own waiting by still seeing it as separate from you, or looking at the time, or focusing on the distance. Okay, you're not waiting for anything. If you're within, committed to your person, you're not waiting for them to commit to you. You're already committed to them. They're already committed to you within. Your inner world is the only real reality. Excuse me. Okay, I was just thinking, okay, that I know, again, you're wanting to know what he thinks and feels, okay, but Spirit is really not bringing that through to me. For anybody who's been on this manifesting journey for a long time, still wondering what your person is thinking and feeling about you and when it's going to happen or how's it going to happen, okay, you're still seeing it as separate. You're causing your own waiting. Okay, and when I was just shuffling then, I was thinking, I heard Spirit saying, that I know that you're going to bump into him. He's coming to where you are, and this proves it, okay? He is coming very soon to where you are, so you're going to bump into him. Spirit's told you this several times in the last few readings. Let it unfold, let it play out. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to go around looking over your shoulder all the time. You don't know where you're going to bump into him, so stop trying to look for him. You will know when he's there, when you bumped into him or you've seen him. Okay? So let it unfold, but inside you stay in the story, in the conviction and knowing that you're already in that relationship. Okay, you stay within in your imagination like children do when they're playing with their toys or believing that Father Christmas is coming or the Tooth Fairy. You stay within fully believing and not letting ego come in telling you otherwise. Okay, because what you're doing within as the magician is what is going to be reflected out there. Okay, so he's your soulmate. Okay, meaning that you can choose whether you want him or not. It's not destined that you're together. That is just one timeline. There's a Yara who's married to somebody else. There's a Yara who's single. There's a Yara who's lives in America. There's a Yara that lives in Britain or the UK. Okay. It just means that if you want him, you can have him. He's already yours right now. Not next week, not next month. He's not separate from you. Okay, so pay attention to these red flags that are coming up when you're wondering what other people are doing to get what they want, or you're wondering if you're doing it right, or you're wondering how it's going to turn up, or if you can trust in yourself as the operant power. Okay, what you focus on grows, remember, they're telling you here. You keep your eye on your target, okay, and you trust, you walk in faith. Faith is the feeling, okay, in that knowing and conviction with brazen impudence that it's yours right now. Why? Because you say so, because you choose it as yours. Who am I? I am Yara, who is in a loving, committed marriage. What do I have? A loving, committed relationship. End of. You're not waiting for it. You're not looking for it. You're not overthinking it or logically trying to wonder it. When you are it as your identity within, it will get reflected back, because out there is just the copy, the byproduct of what you're doing within. Okay, so taking action within. Okay, you're taking that action within, feeling yourself in that relationship. You are queen of your realm. What you say goes. Nobody can say no to you. No one can oppose you. No one can object to what you desire. If you are assuming it within, it will get reflected back. Okay, so stop giving your power away and stay in your power. Okay, Pretty P, you are next, my lovely. What is your question? And then CC, you are next, my lovely. Thank you. Any water in there? Night Yara. Okay, do you have any particular pile you want me to use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Number 3, okay. Let me just pop this in because I haven't got any mods in at the moment. Thank you for all the likes. And any newbies that might be listening, then this might help you as well. Okay, number 3, sorry. Okay, so any guidance for Pretty P, please? Okay, so first of all for you, swords, the sword cards are your thoughts, okay, your mental energy. Cups are emotions, okay, so your thoughts, what does it say in here? Okay, if ace, something new, okay, if you're wanting something new or you're wanting changes, look at where your thoughts are. Have victory over your thoughts. Your thoughts should only be in alignment to what you want. Okay, so if you're wanting a relationship, where are your thoughts regarding a relationship? If you're wanting money, where are your thoughts regarding money? Are you in I don't have it? Or are you within, because everything has to be done within you first, because your outside world is a reflection of your inner world. So I have lots of money. I've got plenty of money. I am in a loving, committed relationship. I'm completely loved, adored, cherished, chosen, prioritized, etc. Okay, so if you're wanting something different, you have to look at where your thoughts are going. And in order to get your victory of what you do want to experience physically, then they must align within. Your thoughts must be in alignment to the version of you who has what you want within. Hello, Addison, my lovely. I've just posted a load of stuff in, so you won't have to do that for the moment. Just when it disappears out of the chat, put it in. So instead of overthinking, just move on through your day. Okay, stop overthinking things because you can get stuck. Okay, just thinking and moving forward in your thoughts, in your life, okay, with your thoughts in check. Okay, but when you're sat there, fed up, what are these books signifying? What story are you telling yourself when you're sat there? Nothing's changing. Nothing seems to be moving. I'm feeling like stuck. Okay, so what story are you telling yourself? What story are you choosing? Yeah, in order to get what's going to make you happy, you're riding around with your magic wand. What are you going around creating? Okay, because your happiness depends out there, depends on what you're giving yourself within. So for me, my go-to sayings are, it's always a favorable outcome for me in all areas of my life, emotionally and financially, that I am more than happy with. My life is magical, abundant, and perfect for me to enjoy and experience. So my outside world has to be full of things that match what I am saying on the inside, my thoughts. Okay? Then you will receive the news that you want, the messages that you want. Okay? People telling you what you want. And Spirit is saying, this card symbolizes for me that you're very close to get what you want, but then you let your thoughts come in. Hence the fact that straight away they were saying, watch where your thoughts go. Okay, this card is Spirit saying, you get so close to receiving what you want, but then your thoughts come back in. You get sucked back into your old way of thinking. Okay, you start overthinking, and Spirit is saying, stop thinking that. And then you're sat there wondering why nothing's changing, because you go back to telling yourself in your thoughts the unwanted story. So again, it takes practice to stay within in the new story until you see it copied back to you. Okay, reflected back to you. It takes practice. You've got to keep repeating, making sure that your thoughts are only in alignment with the version of you that has what you want already. Okay, before you see the copy, it copied back. So you experience it twice. You're experiencing it within, how you want it to be, and then when it's copied back to you and you start to physically experiencing it, you're enjoying it twice, or not enjoying it depending on where your thoughts were. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, in order to see the changes, you have to embrace the changes within in what you desire. The fire symbolizes what you're passionate about, what you're wanting. You have to experience it within, as if you, so if it's a person, you are within, okay, with the death card, the end of the old, beginning of the new. You're seeing your person within. You're feeling like you're loved and adored, cherished, chosen, prioritized, supported, protected, okay, or whatever else you want to see in your life. You experiencing it within what you desire and are passionate about. Remember, your desires are trickle throughs or bleed throughs from timelines where you already have it. Unwanted or wanted, the good, the bad, or the ugly. All of reality exists, but you choose what you want. So by choosing, you're accepting that it's yours right now, not in a week's time, not in a month's time, not in a year's time. And you are coming from the version of you within in your thoughts of you already having it. And then it will get reflected back to you. But if you're looking at 3D waiting, nothing's happening, bored now, okay, you're still in an unwanted story. Okay, so stay balanced within. She's got her eyes closed. She's unbothered by what's going on in front of her. She is staying balanced within in her thoughts and in her emotions. Okay. And then whatever you want, whoever you want, whatever opportunity you want will come forward, emotionally or financially. But stop looking at the time. Everything is right now. Okay? Focus on what you want. Take action in your thoughts. Stop having the door closed so that it can't come into you. Fight off those negative thoughts. Fight them off. Negative thought, no, I'm not choosing you. I'm choosing this. Okay? And then you will see, you will go into another chapter. The reality you do want. The 3D can't change if you haven't changed the story within. What you focus on grows. So again, who you believe you are and what you believe you have is what you're going to get. 100%. Yeah, you are investing, whether for your financial future or your emotional future, whatever seeds you're planting, thoughts you're planting is what you're going to harvest. Okay. And again, creation spirit is reminding you that whatever script you're writing within, story you're telling, with the characters that are in your movie or your novel, is what you're going to be given. Okay, it's like your list, your order. Well, this is what I've ordered. Oh, well, here you are then. Well, that's horrible. I don't want that. Bored, boring. That's not what I want. Well, that's what you ordered. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, you're not being tested. You're not being any lessons to learn from. What you want is already yours. You just claim it and accept it as yours now and tell that story within that aligns with you having it now, and it will be delivered. Okay, so healing heart as well. Healing past stories. Okay, healing. There is nothing to really heal from. You just choose what you want to experience. It's already yours. Okay. Yes, it does help sometimes to work on your self-concept. Knowing that you're good enough, knowing you can have what you want. Put that back in the wrong deck, didn't I? And that one, okay. Colourblind. Okay, especially if it's marriage or a relationship that you're wanting. Are you seeing yourself as in a loving relationship, or are you still going around as, well, I'm waiting for it? Okay, you have to give it to yourself within in order to see it out there. Okay, if you keep looking at the out there and wondering why nothing's changing, it's because you haven't changed within. The out there is just the copy, the mirror, the reflection, the photocopy, the byproduct. Okay. Let's have a romance angel, seeing as though we had them speak out. So this can symbolize a lot of things. Okay, it can be that you're thinking about a particular person and you are drawn to that person because you feel that you've known them before. Okay, it might be somebody from this life, somebody you went to school with or used to work with, or you've been in a relationship before, you've known each other before. Okay, but whatever it is, if you still desire it, whether it's a person or a situation, it's yours. Okay? Is what they're telling you. So stay optimistic about whatever it is you're wanting, love life or anything else in your life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So again, in order to see the changes out there, look at what you're telling yourself within. If it's not in alignment with what you want because you keep looking for it or seeing it as separate, you're causing a time delay. Okay, let me just pop these away, Cece, and then I can do yours. Cece, any particular deck, my lovely? Addison, can you put out a last call, please? Just for the last sort of 10 minutes. Or while I'm doing CC's. Cece, are you in the chat, my lovely? Hello, my lovely. Which pile do you want, sweetheart? Okay. Right. Let's go back to your question. Career and financial. Okay. Anything for any guidance for CC regarding career? Okay, so we've got the Tower first of all. So you might be going through a phase at the moment that is not favourable. It could be that you're self-sabotaging. So Spirit is saying with this card, have patience, go with the flow, stay balanced. Okay, remember what you want is already yours. You're not ever trying to get something, you are being. Okay, who are you saying you are? Who are you being? What are you saying you have is what you're going to get. Okay. I have a successful business. I have plenty of money. Okay, money is pouring into my life every day, regardless of what 3D is showing you. Remember, 3D is always a reflection of who you're saying you are and what you're saying you've got. Okay. It might be that you've been through a bad patch recently and now you're coming out of that and things are going to be more balanced and more peaceful. Taking action in your thoughts. Okay, taking action in your thoughts. Who are you saying you are? What are you saying you have? I'm a successful businesswoman, or I have a successful career. What do you have? All the clients I want, all the business I want, all the appraisal or praise I want. Okay, I have all the money I want. Your queen on your throne, watching your thoughts, only accepting who you're saying you are and what you have, regardless of what 3D is still playing out with. You're unbothered by the 3D because you're sticking to your story within. Okay, so however knotted up you might feel, like this twisted tree branch, the fruit that's going to drop down, okay, is, you know, you're always planting the seeds of what you're going to harvest. Okay. Thank you, Addison and Vinka. Believe me, I'm a lot better than I was. Hence the fact I haven't been on here for a week. So again, staying balanced in what you desire in your thoughts. Your thoughts have to be in alignment with what you are desiring. If you are desiring to have a successful business and to have lots of money, where are your thoughts in connection to that? And again here, playtime, having fun within as well, and having fun in your 3D life, physical life. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestations. Remember, you're not creating anything and you're not technically manifesting anything. Creation is already done. You're choosing what you want from moment to moment in your thoughts and in your feelings. Okay, who you're saying you are and what you're saying you have will lead to your treasure chest. Okay, will lead to unforeseen windfall of new abundance that comes to you now. Okay. So anything for CC regarding her SP? Okay, so with the Two of Cups, I don't know. Hang on, let me put another one down. Okay, are you in contact with him now? It could be that you're in contact with him now, or Spirit is saying, or Spirit could be saying, are you still seeing yourself in that relationship from the teachings that they've given you before? Or are you still seeing it as separate? Okay, again, who you're saying you are, what you're saying you have. Okay, so they're saying, have you taken those teachings that we've given you before when you've come to us? Okay, that you're in that loving relationship, in your third eye, in your imagination. He's not separate from you. There's no time, separation, or distance. You already have it within. The out there is the copy. Okay. Yeah, movement as well. So hopefully you've really been staying in. Yes, I see us together a lot more than I have done before. Right, okay, I was going to say, because with movement, it's moving in the right direction. Okay, so really staying in that. Okay, if you suddenly think, oh, what's he thinking? What's he doing? What's he feeling? He's right there with you. What do you hear him telling you? I'm right here. I'm here with you throughout your day, watching you, supporting you, encouraging you, loving you, adoring you. Okay, choosing you, prioritizing you. I think the world of you. I'll do anything for you. Okay, so Spirit is really saying you're on the right track here. You know, it gets to a point when you've repeated it enough that it feels natural and normal, that you're not looking out there for it anymore. You know it's yours. You know it's done. It feels weird to look for it because you already have it. Okay, and I feel that this is, yeah, the Lovers here as well. You are definitely more in the wish fulfilled now than you were before. Okay, so again, you know, he will come forward and speak his truths to you. He will communicate with you. Okay, because that's where you've been dwelling, in your wish fulfilled, seeing the two of you together within, so that it gets reflected out. He's yours. He's yours. He was the minute you desired him, because there's already a version of you that has him. You might have been thinking about having children together, seeing him as the father of your children. But again, we have you on the path here to your treasure chest. Okay, remember, you're never trying to get what you want. You are being who you want to be. Okay, remember, it's who you're saying you are and what you're saying you have. Let me just do a romance angel one here. Okay, this isn't you and him. This is if you have been wondering if he's with anybody else, then Spirit is saying, even if he was, then there's no love there. Okay. We've got separation as well and reconciliation. So I feel that he's coming out of something, or you've come out of thinking that he's somewhere else. Okay. Because that reconciliation is definitely coming in here. And with this one. And with the movement. And he's yours. So I feel that that's saying, if you've stopped seeing him as out separate from you, okay, but I feel that whatever's been going on in his life, okay, then that's coming to an end for him to be with you. Okay, it doesn't mean he's necessarily been with anybody else or been in a relationship. Okay, it's metaphysical. Okay, that's where perhaps you've come out of stop worrying and thinking about it. You're seeing yourself more with him. Okay, so they're saying because you've come out of that, that's why the reconciliation is going to come in, because you're seeing yourself together with him, is more the message Spirit is giving here. Because you've stayed more within that you're already together, like that first card. Okay, so Spirit is saying, yes, you've stopped seeing him as separate from you. You've stopped looking out there. So that's why your wish fulfilled is coming in, with him communicating with you and speaking his truths about how he feels about you. Okay? Again, because you've been allowing your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay. Let's have one final one of these. Yeah, nourishing yourself in all areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay, but also having that realization that in order to see what you want, you're the key. And you've had that realization now, that unless you change within, it ain't going to happen out there, because out there is just a reflection, the copy, the photocopy, the byproduct of what you're doing within. Okay, so well done on the relationship chart side of things. Really confident in that. Just in the money area and the career money, remember, it's always who you're saying you are and what you have. Okay, so making sure that when you check in with yourself, who am I? I am CC who has an amazing career or business or whatever, okay? And what do you have? I have lots of clients. I have lots of, I'm valued, respected, appreciated, chosen for my services. I have plenty of money. Money is pouring into my life, or money is pouring into my accounts from multiple sources of income or from multiple sources on a daily basis in increasing amounts and increasing quantities. Okay, I've got lots of money. I'm financially secure. I'm rich and wealthy. Remember, you're never waiting for anything. You already have it within. It's nothing is separate from you. Out there is just the copy. Yeah, I mean, when I was ill last week and sat around, I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting any pay here. And it naturally came to me to say, I get paid for doing nothing. The more I do nothing, the more I get everything. And suddenly I was getting money from other places, okay, that I wasn't expecting. So whatever you're saying within, with that confidence and that knowing and with conviction that this is how it is, regardless of what 3D is showing me today, it will come in. Okay. Thank you, my lovelies. Haven't received anything from Kelly. I did see something about Kelly was asking for a reading. Just make it quick. Hurry up. Okay, I'll just see if she's there. Excuse me. I can feel my voice starting to go though. And I hope you other ladies are perfectly fine. Sasha, Vinka, Addison. I did see Neela jump in at one point, but didn't have a chance to say hello. Just been very rainy here. Thank you, Nini, as well. Yeah, that's the trouble with, you know, up to last week we had hot weather again, or very warm weather. But then it's turned very miserable. Kelly, are you still in the chat, my lovely? No. Okay. Thank you, ladies, for moderating. Thank you, all of you who've been listening along to this. Don't forget, you can timestamp your readings so that you can listen back to them. Sorry, I was just reading what Addison put. Yes, it was sort of warm, and then it's been horrendous. Well, stormy, horrible, cold. Right then, my lovelies. Take care. Wishing you all well. Love and light.